really tough. And having something to fall back on, and having those guideposts and having people you can go to makes all the difference in the world. Why don't I pause there? Any questions?
So I have a question, a two-part question for Ed. One is, if you have a supply chain made up of 7 or 8 companies, and if one company, if you think should make more, is it a zero-sum game? Are you making less? You know, should you disperse? Should you, the one who's at the top of the supply chain, disperse things equitably in that way? And the second part is there any correlation from your research or others between successful companies, however you would measure that, and high CSR ratings?
Tough one. This is a question that I would ask my students, and then watch the puzzles. So the tables have been turned. But yes, it's the wealth within a tiered supply chain system is very difficult to do, because it depends on the contractual relationship that you have with those suppliers and what they're bringing to the table. I would say that that would be, as the guy on the top of the supply chain, the way to constantly monitor that, but it's very difficult to try to even the financial playing field within a tiered supplier relationship. But it's important for the supply chain sourcing guy on the top to monitor the success of those suppliers to make sure that they are getting everything that they need to be successful. If one of those 7, let's say, suppliers are falling short, it's up to the guy on the top to get into and embed themselves within that supplier to find out what is it going to take to bring you up to the standards that would make you a viable supplier and continue this relationship. So we monitor that relationship and making sure that they're all successful, because if one of them drops off, then it interrupts the entire contract as well as the entire chain. The second part of your question? Measurements of CSR and how that relates to performance. We've done a lot of research on that, and we have found, and there's several published reports that's coming out this month that shows the success of the company financially being tied directly to their success in their CSR enforcement, meaning that the investment in their people, making sure that they're paid a living wage, and all the contracts that are being supplied to them are all ethically and morally sound. And then the end product, if it's communicated through the product itself, meaning that this product is being brought to you, if we're talking about a product, and it's labeled in the sense that here is a product that has been produced by this particular company, and here's all of our relationships. And the company is forthright in telling that story to the consumers are more apt to buy and spend more time with that particular company and their product. So it actually shows that there's a bump in profitability when you're actually paying close attention to CSR, or corporate social responsibility.
Can I add to that as well? I do believe there's an association between ESG performance and profitability.